Hey YouTube beekeeps, how are we today? You're back with the old Steve-O. Isn't it a wonderful place to be, hanging out with old Steve-O, huh? God, you guys, you learn so much from me, you know? I'm like a sex therapist, I'm this, I'm that. I'm a wilderness warrior, I'm a trapper, hunter. Well, not so much hunting anymore. You know where I do most of my hunting nowadays, guys? Down at Publix meat market. You know, me and the Angel. The Angel is my meat cutter. Him and I got to be buds. I noticed he's been eyeballing Miss Daisy too. Yeah, he has. Here's what I've done here. I took some pieces of bamboo skewer and put some stuff on that. I can smell the lemongrass, guys. So here's what I done on the inside. I took that 4-inch roller. I just moppy sloppied it all over everything. I took the roller and went up underneath here too on these, and then across the top, and then I jobber-dobbered the entry hole here. Yeah, I'm not doing this. This is a pain in the ass. I put my name, melted it in. No, stop it. It's too much like work. You know, I can be a lazy sumbitch, really. I really can. If I find an easy way to do something and accomplish the same results, I do it, okay? It's just the way I am. Why bust my ass if you don't have to, right? So yeah, this is cool. And this works good here, see? This moves nice and easy. I like it, I like it, I like it. I've got some drain holes if rainwater does get in here. I've got drain holes on the top here. You can see them going around there because they're going to get, rainwater is going to get trapped in there. I want to drain out. It'll drain out and go down the sidewalls of this bucket and out the floorboard. So it breathes a little bit, right? So this is ready to go. This trap's ready to go. I'm going to be hanging this with some tarred nylon, number 30 tarred nylon. Now these are going in the trees today. All right, they're going in the trees today. I'm going to show you here in a few minutes what I'm doing out here in the barn. We're putting out test feeders too today, and I'll be rigging up quite a few of these. They're not expensive. Test feeder, you got tied up. I always use wide mouth quart jars because I'm a small time operator. If you're a big time operator like the old Bob Benny, you know you're gonna get 2-gallon buckets out put on top of them bees. And if you're a queen breeder, you're gonna be feeding at a little higher rate than I am. So I'm in the old grafting shack here. I'll show you what I'm doing in here. I'm prepping my feed jars. Yeah, old Steve-O's prepping his feed jars here. Also, I'm not doing that melting in thing anymore. Here's my B50. You can get this online. B50 works good. For hanging my swarm traps, I'm using, this is number 30 tarred nylon. And I suggest, because I'm an old commercial fisherman, you buy this stuff from Memphis Net and Twine. They're out of Tennessee. Memphis Net and Twine. I don't have anything to do with them other than use their material, okay? I have been doing it for 50 freaking years, all right? But here's what I'm doing. Instead of melting my name and number on the bucket, which is a pain in the ass, what I do, I take a needle like this. Here's one of my old taxidermy needles. You'll see how big that eye is in that thing. You slip your B50 right through that. and I put my card in, it's going to be hanging like this. It's going to be hanging like this, so you can see my name. You can walk up and just look at this, right? But I attach it, I run that, I put my card in and then I seal it up. So now you got a little rain protection in there. Now granted, the UV rays is going to start eating on this thing. How much life you get out of this, I don't know. I would think it would hang there for 6 months, you know. And it's sealed up, so it shouldn't get any water in, because you'll see what I did. There's the seal here, right? I came above the seal right in that corner and did a granny knot in that. Now I've got these two longer tag ends that I can come up through on the bucket handle, or this jar here. All right. I got another little trick here I want to do too. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, you see what I've done here with this tarred nylon. I want this jar hanging here. I've melted some holes in there with a T-pin. Okay, and I'm just going to go up and slip this over a tree branch. Or I'll take some B50 and I'll make a little S-hook out of just some wire, okay? And I will go around the tree and have an S-hook and put this on the tree. Now granted, a bear may come up and slap the crap out of this. I don't know. Good chance of it, but if he does, he does. That's all I know, you know? So anyway, so I'm rigging this up like this. You can see what I did here. Yeah. You see what I did here. You got this going on. You got two long legs coming up, and then I put another one around the barrel of the jar, and then I create a knot here and here across from one another. That locks it up, and the knots hold good. This stuff is great. This thing's been out there over a year, guys, and look at it, it's a little bit sun faded, but you can still feel the tar in this thing. And the tar, some of these outfits run these tar things through, they're sticky and you get tar on you and stuff. Memphis Net and Twine has their act together. You don't have that issue with their product, okay? That's why I'm telling you guys to go with Memphis Net and Twine, all right? So that's that. Yeah, I'm just rigging this one up here. I got one more to rig up. And then I'm going to go to the waterfront. Yeah. Then we're going to the waterfront. I'm going to hang these things. Yep, that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get her done. I'm going to come across here opposite of this side and make a loop. I'm going to pass this underneath, make a tie. I've got this long leg, I've got this one here. Like so. We got that going on right there. All right. Now I'm going to pass another one around this barrel, and I'm going to put this up underneath that line, and then that will hold it up here. And I put that second loop right about here, about 3/4 down, and that will hold it just like this one, you see. And then you just make a little S hook out of some double over some 14 gauge, you know, tie wire. We'll make a little S hook, and you can make your loop around your tree and throw that S hook in there, and this will hang. And I got several holes. I've got some feeder jars here with multiple holes. If you just put, normally when I'm feeding, I just have one hole for setting the hive. But in this scenario here, where we want to attract bees and have them come, lots of them, we'll put a lot of holes because it'll build up. You get a big clump of bees here, and the weight will just, they'll fall off and they'll hit the ground, and then they fly back up, and they just keep falling and coming back up. And every time they fall, they're dripping some sugar syrup. And anyway, this is going to get tied to the jar too. This is going to be flapping in the breeze, because I'll tell you what we're doing here. We're going to put these test jars out in the field. That's where I'm going to be slipping into these parks. I'm going to be sneaking past these rangers and stuff and putting these in. Now, there's going to be people walking through the park. They're probably going to see this and walk over. And they're probably going to grab this and go, huh, what's going on here? Is this legal? Is this legal? We better check with the warden to see, the park ranger, to see if there's not some evil shenanigans going on here, right? Yeah, we better check this guy out, because this old Steve-O guy right here, yeah, he may be really evil person. He may be really bad news. We got to get him checked out. So I'll probably get a call. There's my number right there. There's my number if you need to get a hold of me, to ream my ass. Steve-O, what are you doing out here? We have to know what you're doing. And I'll say something like, why do you need to know anything? I got a hunch you're a left-wing goofball. Yeah, that's what I'll tell him. I got a hunch you're a left-wing goofball, and you people just annoy the hell out of me. That's what I'll tell him. Won't that go over great, guys? That'll go over great. It'll be just like a turd in a punch bowl, you know? Old Steve-O, the turd in the punch bowl. Yeah. Hey guys, this is my job, okay? It's my job to piss people off, alright? Hey guys, if they can't take a joke, screw them, right? I don't care. I don't care. I'm just like a little duck, you know? I'm just like a little duck, guys. I really don't give a a little duck that don't give a yeah. That's the way old Steve-O gets, you know. I can't help it. I can't help it, guys. I can't help it. It's just the way old Steve-O's been his whole life, you know. I don't know what it is, guys. I just have a tendency to give people the middle finger. I don't know why. I just must be an evil person, you know. I think the only time I get evil is if I'm dealing with a left-wing goofball, okay? Yeah, that's how I get. If I get to dealing with left-wing goofballs, that's the way I get. Alright guys, that's about enough of my BS for today. I do want to show you one more thing I'm doing. We're going to experiment on this too. I get this stuff, guys, from the watchers. I go to bed and I'm thinking of stuff, and I before I nod off, go to sleep, I ask the watchers to come and visit me. And while I'm in a deep sleep, or in realm sleep basically, they come, that the watchers come to see Steve-O. And if I have an issue or whatever, or if I want to know something, the watchers come and tune me up on it, all right? Yeah, they do. They come and tune me up, say, Steve-O. They come up and they whisper in my ear, Steve-O, you should be doing this. Steve-O, you should be doing this and not that, okay? So I listen. I listen to them. Because God has sent them. God has sent them to me, okay? So I don't need to overthink stuff. Because I go to bed thinking, well, I have a problem here that I need to solve. And then I ask God for help. And he comes and he sends the watchers. They say, God sends the watchers and he tells them, go help Steve-O. He has a problem. All right, that's that right there. So that's how I get this stuff, guys, you know. That's how this stuff comes to me. It's actually the watchers. It's actually the watchers that are helping me. Yeah, believe it or not. So, okay, here's another one before I let you go. What I've done here, I'm trying to come up, guys, with a trap. And I'm thinking a kitty litter pan. And I have my 8 frame lids that go on my 8 frame boxes, okay? Brood box. They all have a hole drill. The majority, I have a hole, feeder hole to where I can drop this over to feed the bees. So here's what I've done. I've taken a beetle barn. You see the beetle barn? And you've got on the top side is 4 entry holes. So what I've done is taken scissors and went down and cut this. It goes real quick. You just cut that off. I'm going to take a kitty litter pan. Now this is an experiment. We'll see how it works. Stay with me. I'm going to hot glue this dude right here on top of that lid, hive lid, that'll cover a kitty litter pan. Alright, you with me? Then I'm going to hot glue on it. Now I've got 4 entries to a trap. I'm going to set this kitty litter pan out in a shaded area on the stand, but out of the ants and stuff, because the ants are going to get in here, okay? I don't want bull ants coming in and having a freaking picnic in here, okay? I'm trying to attract hive beetles. So I've got Ultra Bee. I've got Ultra Bee pollen sub, and I put just a slight drizzle of raw honey in that sub. I'm gonna dust the bottom, put a little bit, you know, wouldn't need much. I don't think you need a 1/4 inch in there, but dust that pan, put an 1/8 inch or so, drizzle a little honey, and then a little bit of 1-to-1 sugar water in there. Stir it with a stick. Put this lid on with this here, it's glued on. Them hive beetles should smell that easily. They're cramming themselves through holes all the time trying to get in the beehive, right? They should come into that, drop down in that kitty litter pan and start feeding on that pollen sub. So then we can periodically come over and take a peek-see inside there and see what we got going on in there. If there is a lot of beetles getting in there, what I'm going to do is cut an additional hole in the bottom of that kitty litter pan. You know, I have pipe rails out here on these beehive stands, so I have a gap underneath there, right? We could hot glue one of these lids with one of these lids in there on that, and then put vegetable oil in the bottom. We'll cut another hole right opposite where this trap entry is sitting, on top of that lid, right? And we can put a lot of dust around that, and then another hole in the bottom, and hot glue the lid on, and then we can thread on the jar from the bottom. Okay, this is my thought now. The watchers came to me with this. Okay, the watchers came. I just sit back and listen to them. Okay, we can put some oil in here, vegetable oil in here, and hopefully they'll start dropping in here into that, swimming around in that veggie oil, and they won't last long at all. So that's a thought. Don't know if it's gonna work. It's just what the watchers told me, guys, and I'm passing the information along to you, because I don't know if you've got any watchers coming to you in your realm sleep. I don't know. All I can tell you is they come to see Steve-O. All right, so that's it for now. I'm gonna rig up this one, going to the waterfront, get them installed. I'll keep you posted. I'll be down on that waterfront a lot, guys, because I got a lot to do. I got a lot of bees to make. And we can't make bees sitting around base camp here twiddling our freaking thumbs, okay? We gotta get out there and get this stuff done. That's all I can tell you, guys. So bear with me. I know it's been a rough year for you. It's been a rough going on 2 years for Steve-O with the with the doggone BS stroking action, all this other stupidness. But listen, all things, guys, happen for a reason. Okay, it all happens for a reason. All this stuff I'm going through happens for a reason. God may be testing old Steve-O. The watchers may be saying, listen, the watchers may be saying to the Lord, we're going to test Steve-O with your permission. And he's going to say, yes, please do. I think Steve-O may need an attitude adjustment. Because let's face it, sometimes I'm a bad boy, guys. I'm a bad boy. And I know I'm a bad boy. Miss Stacy tells me all the time, you are a bad boy. I keep telling her, guys, I have feelings, you know? I have feelings. But a lot of the times, guys, she doesn't care how my feelings are. It's just the way it is, you know? So I have to keep her happy. I like to try to keep other women happy too, but Miss Daisy really doesn't care for, you know, that kind of action. And I have to apologize. I have to apologize to any other women out there that I may upset, okay? Okay, I got that one tied off. So I got just a little bit more work here, guys, and we'll wrap this up. I got to make a little bit of more sugar syrup to put in these. I'll drop these in a 5-gallon bucket, tote them in a 5-gallon bucket. They fit nice. Actually, 4 of these work great in the bottom, and I'll just drop in an empty I only need 3 jars, but I'll drop in empty to kind of keep things, you know, from falling over. And I put that inside of in the seat beside me, and these jars aren't falling all over the place, get syrup all over everything. And then you can just boogie woogie right down to the waterfront and put out your stuff. So what I'll do is tie this to a tree, a little S hook, take some more number 30, I'll come around the tree, make it a loop, put a little S hook in it. These will hang. And as soon as we start getting hits on these, I know 3 locations on the waterfront right now I can put these out, and it won't take long at all. There's plenty of wild bees in the area. They'll be banging on these. They'll probably go through a quart a day. So once I get a heavy hit, I don't need to sit and feed them a quart a day. You know, they'll keep coming back checking. They'll keep coming back checking this jar. But all I'm doing is kind of luring them into the area. When they come in, this jar, guys, by the way, is going to be attached to the same tree as my trap. Just pick a pine tree out there, whatever. It's going to be up about nose high. I'll have the feeder jar on one side of the tree. When they're hitting it, they start hitting this thing, I'll have a cluster, a monkey cluster fest of bees banging on this jar. Or right around the other side of the tree, or next to this jar, will be the entrance to my trap. Yeah. And they're gonna smell, the girls are gonna smell lemongrass. They're gonna go back and tell Mama Queen what's up. And when she gets ready to, now the pepper flow, it starts September 15th. When that starts cranking, Katie, bar the door. Them bees are building up, guys. They will build up down there. I know they'll build up 100 pounds of honey on that flow. And what's happening there? She's pumping eggs, guys, 2,000 a day. That hive is going, yeah. And when she's doing 2,000 squats a day, she's doing a lot of and that colony is going to get blown up. And I have seen them swarm. I have seen them swarm, guys, in September. So if you're anything like me, in an area like me in Florida, I mean, you guys up in Michigan all starting to shut down. In Canada, you guys are all shutting down. Not Steve-O. No, it just keeps on cranking. But we got to get some more bees in here. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm down on, I think I got 2 hives left. 2 hives is it. I've got some more coming in. I got the legend. He's coming, I don't know, end of October, somewhere in there. He's bringing me some bugs. I hope he's bringing me some bugs. Let's put it that way. He says he's going to. I think he will. And that way we can start hopefully get this operation pumped back up a little bit. And I started using some of the product that my legend's using. He uses Epigard. That's the thymol product. Out of all these products, he kind of likes that. So, you know, why not go with what the professionals are using, right? Yeah, let's use what the pros are using. Yes, sir. Let's use what the pros are using, guys. That's what we want to do. Go with what the pros are doing, not creating a bunch of other stupidness. Now the extended patties, the oil and oxalic pads with the Swedish sponges, a lot are using those and having some very good success. So yeah, So that's another option too. Keep using those. I just hope that new mite that's in Europe is not going to hit our shore. If it does, I don't know. It could be game over. It could be game over, guys. We don't know yet. We don't know. It's a wait and see game. All right, I'm gonna let you go, guys. Catch you on the next one. Be happy, be strong. You know my motto. We got to keep getting it on. See ya.